Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Space Chick Crypto. My name is Elizabeth Howard, and oh my gosh, guys, don't miss this, and ladies, don't miss this live that I have today with KIRAGIRL. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Oh man, I'm so excited to have you here in the Space Cabin. This is your second time, right? Because you're
Yeah.
here for the Christmas one.
Yeah.
See, that's what's up. Kira, tell these people, tell these vaulted people. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Who you are and what you used to do or what you do for a living.
Yeah. You guys know me as Kira Girl. Yeah. So all right, let me see. What's my journey? So I started in human resources for a couple of years and knew that I was not suited for that. I just don't have the personality for human resources. So I moved into tech. That's what my college background was. I moved into a company, a focus area around Swift. So I did 10 years of data translation services for banks, investment managers, a bunch of people who could not afford or didn't want to deal with the Swift network, getting on the Swift network, dealing with the infrastructure. So basically what we did was we took their proprietary data formats, translated them to the Swift standard, and then sent them on the Swift network for them, and vice versa, received them. So I did about 10 years of that through project management, through customer service with the clients, with investment banks and whatnot, and a lot of tech services around that. Then I moved I got my master's in information assurance, which is kind of like, I don't know, security, information security. And I moved to Big Four Consulting doing cybersecurity consulting around policies, standards. I'm not a hacker. I'm not super technical in that sense. A lot of people think that cybersecurity is just hacking, and it's a lot more than that, right? So, so I did that for the remainder of my career for another, I'm giving my age away here, for maybe another, I don't know, 7 to 10 years. And then I just recently decided I wanted to take a break, and now I'm focusing on Volt. So,
Oh, see,
yeah.
you have a lot of experience. She has a ton of experience, y'all. Like I always say, check your sources, check, your sources of what you're researching, check who you're talking to. So I think she's kind of legit, don't you? If we're gonna learn something today, yeah, if we learn something today, it's definitely a big deal. So everybody say, hey, what's up to Kira? And also to Miss April, Miss Ladybug just came into the space cabin. What's up? How are you?
Hey guys, how y'all doing? I was enjoying the interview with Kira.
I know, right? Isn't she awesome? Like, damn, y'all.
I know she's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Super vaulted. You've been here for a very long time. And I think we need to hear like what you think is going on with Swift Bank, Vault. But how do you wanna start? Because I don't even know where to start or begin with this. I have all these tabs pulled up. Y'all, down there on the bottom, y'all see these ladies, their Twitters. Go give them a follow right down there. But yeah, let me pull this up. Let me make sure. Okay, first we should start off with why we're even talking about it, right? Let me just show them really quick for the people that don't know just yet why the hell we're even bringing this up. Well, this was brought up this summer. We're just taking a look at it just because this was a roadmap for us, just like a little treasure map almost for what's going to happen with Volt-Inu. So this one we were thinking Chainlink, blockchain with banks, and then number 6 down here, Swift bank money transfers. We don't know. So that's why I brought Kira in today, because she started talking about it on Ladybug's Live, and I was like, whoa, you know a lot. come in here. So I'm gonna just share this screen really quick. This other one. Sorry, y'all. Once I get this other one shared, it's cool. Ladybug, go ahead and tell them a little bit about you, ma'am. How did you get involved with crypto?
It's not much to tell. I'm just a regular person.
Really?
You are
You
not
see
regular.
what she's doing? No, she's not.
Doing what y'all doing. I'm just doing
Okay,
what y'all doing.
but what do you have an interview today, right, on your channel? Like, I
I
mean,
just have an interview with Daniel Gayton today. at 7 p.m.
Okay.
I have an interview with December DeMarco on Thursday at 7:30 on Ladies' Night.
Ooh.
So guys,
There you go. Yeah, there was nothing to talk about there, right? Okay. April, you're so funny. You're just so humble. Oh my goodness. All right, Kira, I have Swift Bank pulled up. I won't pressure you anymore, Ladybug. Hold on, let me move. I won't. All right, let me take this down, y'all. I'm gonna go through the comments here in just a little bit, just because so we can see what's going on here on the screen. I'm gonna try to keep up with Kira as much as possible. You can also screen share if you would like, Kira.
Sure. All right. Well, removing Volt, right? Let's talk about what all of these are and the impact just to the financial market, right? So Swift is, and I have another slide that, so Swift.
You can screen share all of that right now, like all of it, for real. All I have to do is like 2 buttons. It's not even a big deal.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a good. I mean, so Swift is basically the backbone of financial messaging. It's kind of a cooperative, an independent organization that provides infrastructure and standards around how banks communicate with each other, right? So who uses banks? We have who uses Swift? We have banks, we have trading institutions, money brokers, security broker dealers, investment management institutions. The list goes on. So everybody uses Swift in the financial market, right? And that's just how you communicate. Any type of financial instrument has a correlating Swift message structure. And that's dictated by standards. And there's 2 standards that Swift uses, is ISO 15022 and ISO 20022. 20022 deals specifically with financial payments, so payment messages. And that's what I think that little icon was with the money with the wings. I think it's payments. So, sending money back and forth. ISO 20022, and I'm going to clarify something because a lot of people get confused by this. It's not a regulation. People think it's a regulation that's going to be mandated, that's going to, enforce some laws or rules, and it's not. It's just it's a standard, a syntax, essentially. Like, it's just the structure of the message and putting some standards around what terms mean, what codes you use, things like that. The market is moving to ISO 20022 for payments. It's been out there for like, I don't know. I remember we were tapping into it in like 2000, when I was working with Swift, we were tapping into it in like 2004, but it wasn't widely used. So now it's starting to be widely used because it deals with like XML, and the coding language is just better for all of the use cases that are coming about. More currencies, crypto, different financial laws and regulations within each country, right? And so the challenge is you have all of these countries with different ways of dealing with payments, and they all have their own different standards. They all have their own different ways of talking about it. And ISO 20022 is putting some structure around it so everybody speaks the same language, essentially, if that makes sense. I'll pause there. Does that make so?
No, that makes sense. Yeah. And if y'all have questions, just ask in the chat. I'm watching.
say when you say structures, what do you mean?
So think of like HTML is a structure. Java is a structure.
Okay.
Even thinking about the way you write, the way you learned about how to write a letter, right? You have the header, the dear so-and-so, and then the body, and then the closing statement, right? That's a structure, and that's a standard of how you write a letter. It's the same thing with a financial message. You have a header that shows this is who it's being sent from, this is who it's being sent to, and there's
structure. I got it now. I got
so,
you.
And that's the standard, right? 15022 deals with a bunch of different message types, like a buy of a trade, a sell of a trade. ISO 20022 is specific to payment messages. So cross-border payments. And how does this relate to crypto? Well, because it's in specific language, again, I think it's more XML based. You can take advantage of it in more technical platforms, right? Originally, 15022 was very proprietary to Swift platforms, and you couldn't really connect other software programs that different banks were developing to it. And that's what I did for 10 years. I basically translated all of the stuff from proprietary technological systems that like JP Morgan was using, BlackRock, things like that, to the Swift structure. ISO 20022 is making it more flexible, so you can just hook up your proprietary tech systems to ISO standards to platforms such as Swift that use it. In this case, for example, with crypto, Chainlink. So why is 15022 important for crypto? It allows, if a token wants to be, if the platform wants to be, they can be ISO compliant. And that means they adhere to the structure, they adhere to the standards, they adhere to everything that that Swift and the market and the industry agrees to, and they can then connect to Swift, they can connect to JP Morgan's platform because they're ISO compliant and they fit into this standard that everybody uses. And when it comes to payments, therefore, they can then be on the platforms that people choose, right? So if I want to send a payment across, if I'm JP Morgan and I want to send a payment to someone, I can choose Bitcoin because they're compliant as a payments method versus fiat. Right now, I think there's only 8 that are compliant, right? But think about it. Like when you think about who uses it, MasterCard uses it, banks use it, PayPal uses like payments transfers, right? And so if you can choose, if you could in a drop down choose a crypto instead of a fiat, the exposure that has for that particular token, because everybody can choose it and everybody can use it across a very wide variety of financial institutions that are mainstream and common to the average user.
So Space Chick, you got a question before I ask?
No, I'm totally like
it's like this is like what do you call it? What's above algebra? Trigonometry class. You're trying to put this. This is a lot, but how would it be simple enough, since most cryptos are probably already in that space? Would it be easy enough for them to get verified? Or
yeah, so like I said, only 8 are compliant right now, and it would. I don't know all the details of behind the scenes, right? But you would the couple of things. One, you would just have to conform to the message format, right? So one thing is you would need to your code, right? BTC, right, is a specific code. You would just need to be in their database of ISO compliant codes for your token. You would need to have your message infrastructure and your message formatting, however you send it. You would just need to be compliant in the sense of your network is compliant. You adhere to the standards of how they talk, the language or the lingo that they use, essentially. Would your library and your dictionary would have to be the same across everybody. So I would think it would be fairly easy to get on. The one concern I have, and I need to do a little bit more research on it, I don't know if you also need to comply to their KYC or regulatory.
Yeah, that'd be a big one right there.
Is it kind of like a CerTic? Well, like you can kind of compare it to a CerTic audit. If a crypto gets CerTic audit, then they can be on this platform, or
yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So you're ISO compliant. You have a stamp of approval. You meet all the criteria. You have the green light to go, and then you can therefore get on the big boy platforms like MasterCard and Visa and Bank of America and JP Morgan and all
those big ones.
Yeah.
Man, you did that. So you learned pretty much like 20 languages. You learn like 20 languages and sorry y'all, I'm trying to keep up with the chat and listen to Kira at the same time. I'm not trying to be rude to y'all whatsoever. We see y'all, we love y'all. But this is super, super in depth. So I want to make sure that we listen and see what's going on. Okay, so you learn how that's a lot, Kira. You're freaking smart.
Sorry, I'm trying to simplify it, but my
like the 0015. It's important because it's this, and we got the 2023.
This one speaks this way, this bank speaks this way. And banks are always popping up. So you were having to keep up with that. That is wild. So they're having an update, Chainlink, right? In March, or Swift is. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, Swift. So it's like any regulation, right? They put it out there. They say, all right, we're gonna, or it's like any new technology that's going to put out either a version or something. So they're saying March 2023, we're going to update all of our infrastructure, and people who want to get on the ISO 20022, if you also updated your infrastructure, we can now talk in this language, and you can send messages across in this specific language or syntax, right? And so March 2023 is supposed to be the push for everybody to get on to this specific format. So, I know that, look, there's a lot of talk about XRP. I just want you to know XRP is on the board of directors for a lot of this ISO 20022 stuff. So it's not meant to be competitive, right? They're helping. XRP is also helping, and XRP and Swift kind of work together.
So why is it a big thing? Why do they say they're competing? Because
Swift is not going anywhere. It will never go anywhere. It's been around since 1973. There are too many connections. There's too many.
Like AT&T.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, think all of the banks that support it and want to move forward with it. So Swift's not going anywhere, and that's why it partnered with Chainlink. It's not going to update its infrastructure, but it's partnering with Chainlink to. Swift is off-chain, right? So it's not on the blockchain. In order to be on chain, they would have to totally rewrite their entire infrastructure, or they can partner with someone like Chainlink. And Chainlink will connect them to the blockchain and connect them to different chains, Bitcoin,
because that's
Ethereum.
what Chainlink does. Why did they choose Chainlink out of all of them? Besides it being top 25, it's 22, I think, today. So, but what did they do?
Chainlink is specifically designed, and it touts itself as being an oracle. And what an oracle is just a middleman that sits between two technology platforms, and makes them talk to each other, essentially. So it sits in between two technologies and allows them to talk to each other. I don't know why they chose them. I don't know of any other type of service in blockchain that does that to that level. I mean, Chainlink has partnered with so many big names. They've already done their marketing. It's like, Volt's doing its marketing up front, right? So Chainlink already did that. It already put its, marketing in. It's already reached out to the big players and kind of brokered those partnerships. And so because it's already developed a lot of its technology or architecture to talk to big names, it just makes sense that it's like Amazon, right? Or AWS. There's the big player in the space, and then there's like some competing that will just get bumped out because they just can't keep up. I think Chainlink is just the big name right now. And so they chose to work with them, right? They're like Microsoft. They're like AWS right now.
Okay. Can you tell us more about oracles? Because I see it as, someone explained it to me or read it somewhere. It's like the scoreboard. Like if two people make a bet and then that info is being brought like in real time. It's like data, right? Like big data. Is that what
it's like I said, it's the person, it's the technology that sits in the middle of all of these data sources and gathers it, compiles it, connects it, and allows people to talk to each other. It's like a translator. essentially.
Hey.
So, you know, if one person's speaking French and another person's speaking English, right?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Thank you so much for this super chat. I appreciate you. Always a supporter of the Space Cabin. Thank you. I know these ladies are freaking awesome, right? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So continue. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. You gotta
thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's just a middle person that sits in the middle of all these different platforms and technologies and languages that sucks in data, translates it to whatever this technology over here might need, compiles it. It just is a compiler of data and allows people to, in different technologies, to access it whenever they need it and in whatever format they need it, essentially.
Okay.
So if
oracles,
sorry,
who uses oracles in the industry right now?
So let me see if I have,
because I thought there was like a lot, you know.
Wouldn't everybody use oracles?
Yeah, everybody uses oracles. Is just a specific term. It's just an API integrator. It's just a data integrator.
I was thinking everybody should have a.
Yeah, I had a
good. I like the name of it for sure. I know lots of good intel today.
Let me see if I had a good visualization. Let's see, Swift.
And again, you're more than welcome to share your screen, Kira. Anytime, just let me know.
I lost the picture that I had so many things up here that I lost the picture that I wanted to share.
That happens.
I must have closed out of it. Anybody can use the Oracle. Anybody can use oracles. We're specifically talking about like financial institutions, right? So let's say a bank wants to execute a smart contract over blockchain. Well, it needs to connect to an oracle that pulls in different price comparisons, right? Because as you know, if you go to different price, or you know, CoinGecko versus CoinMarket, like the prices are different across different exchanges and different, you know, DEX versus SEX and all, you know, so you get a lot of data around price. You get a financial institution that wants to execute a smart contract. The Chainlink can pull in all the different price points and kind of aggregate them and give an average, and then kind of put that into the smart contract that then gets sent to whatever the, you know, the final recipient is. So that's one way you could use it. Another way, not financial, is if you want to buy a sporting event ticket, right? Ticketmaster is not on chain right now. Oracle could pull in some information from Ticketmaster and allow a blockchain functionality to use that. Sports betting, real estate, like anything, any use case you can think of where a on-chain blockchain, like, you know, on-chain or blockchain or DeFi, any type of DeFi app that needs information in the real world, Oracle can, you know, Chainlink or the Oracle can sit in the middle of that and allow the on-chain apps to pull in data from off-chain real world situations. So anybody can use it.
Yeah, people might like that better, right? Because blockchain, you can't change the blockchain, and banks, y'all know.
Right.
This is speed of lightning getting information through the.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. No, see, that's the thing. So Rusty, you're talking about like time, Swift times, and look, the benefit of blockchain to standard Swift is real, right? So blockchain is super quick. And that's all banks care about is time to settle, right? If it takes you 27 seconds to settle a trade or settle a payment, that's 27 seconds that the price could change, that, you know, you're not getting the best arbitrage, that a ticket price could update, you know, anything, versus 2 seconds with the blockchain. It's quick. It's 2 seconds. And the chance of something changing within that 2 seconds is low, right? So blockchain is definitely a benefit to everybody, but especially financial institutions, because they can make decisions better and execute faster. And that all means money in their pocket, right? So I think that's why Swift is trying to get connected, because they know they're maybe phased out over time. I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon that they're phased out. And they'll find a way to survive.
Okay. Yeah, like some of the older companies they've like stayed alive. What is it? Who is it? Not Intel. It's one of them that you're like, they're still around. I forgot who it was. But yeah, like,
Radio Shack. Radio Shack changes now, it's got a swap.
oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know if that's the true Radio Shacker, if somebody bought their name. Like, I'm trying to figure that out, if somebody just capitalized and bought the domain and the name.
The guy who Trey, he's on YouTube. Him and his friend got together and they own like they're doing Burlington and all these other companies, and Radio Shack was one. So that's why I was like, that's how they made a swap, because we got on their swap. So that's why I was like, what the hell's going on with Radio Shack and a swap?
Yeah, I don't know, because Pier 1 Imports went out of business, but then somebody bought their IP. And yeah, I mean,
really?
Yeah, like there's a guy that just goes around buying all of like the branding,
like glasses. Yeah. Trey, I think is his name on YouTube. So, man, girl, this is really interesting. Blockchain, and you went over Swift and how they communicate with banks, and you know a million languages. Now we know, y'all. And then also how Chainlink, what Chainlink does, and how those two could really benefit from each other. Now, you said also, I think it's really interesting, they were pretty much sitting on the same stage next to each other somewhere.
Yeah, we went to the Smart Ladybug and I were in their panel. It was Chainlink did their SmartCon conference this year, and the panel was Chainlink, one of the chief strategy officers for Swift, and I don't know what position he held. He held a maybe marketing or strategy for DTCC, which is one of the biggest clearinghouses in the U.S. I don't know which. I think the New York Stock Exchange clears through DTCC, but like basically all trades clear through that. And they were on a panel together talking about how they're going to eventually be on blockchain, and Chainlink was the way they were going to do it. So
that's so cool. I'm so glad y'all were able to go. Y'all got so much information there. And y'all, if you're new in the chat or don't know this, Volt-Inu actually helped sponsor Chainlink SmartCon with what she's talking about. Oh man. So they were buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Like billions of dollars clear through DTCC and trillions of dollars. So, and trillions of dollars goes over Swift every day. So, it's.
What do you say about this really quick with Rusty? Rusty, you're coming in with some good questions. Thank you for asking them. What do you say to this, Kira?
I actually agree with this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am a little bit, actually. But I do think that large banks, large influencers, kind of pushed the SEC to sue XRP to slow them down. I do agree with that. That's my gut feeling. That's not I'm not stating that as a fact. That I think that's my gut feeling. And I think it's because of things like the CBDC, right? The everybody who's behind making the U.S. digital dollar. I think they're going to you have a lot of banks behind that. JP Morgan is one of the main sponsors of that project. And so I think the banks pushed to slow XRP down, in my opinion, because they want to move towards their own solution.
Hell yeah, they did. I'll say it. Yeah, they did. Yeah. This is a space cabin. It's a safe place. You say whatever.
And if you do a lot of research, you'll find that JP Morgan is behind a lot of projects like Ethereum. There may be JP Morgan may have been behind the creation of that. Consensus, which owns MetaMask, JP Morgan's behind that as a funder. So I just think there's a lot of motivation for banks to protect their territory here.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to go through anything. They'll drag this out forever, I think. And I don't know, like technology is happening so fast if they don't keep up.
Yeah.
Who was loaning out Ethereum? Was it American? There was a bank, because Power went over it and he put up the article, but they're starting to give out loans in crypto. Like Ethereum was a loan, you could get a loan. Like, okay, that's just, it went from, I mean, the news, everything is so negative in the news. They don't want us to, they want to turn off everybody to crypto. Dogecoin did it and they're loving it and they're running with it. It's always in the news. Elon's always in the news.
I think they're doing that to, I'm trying to think of a similar situation in history, right? Where someone came out with this advanced technology and then the powers that be were like, ooh, that's actually a really good idea. And then prevented every, you know what I mean? That then started controlling the market to be in their favor, right? So it's just, I think the fear right now, blockchain is not going anywhere. Again, if you start researching who's using blockchain and who's using different, DeFi platforms, and JP Morgan is using Aave for something, and they're using something else for something else. So I don't think cryptos are the different tokens are going away, or different chains are going away. I just think the powers, the money backers really want to control it in some capacity. I think they're starting to create fear and doubt so that they can then control it later.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned blockchains, right? Mm-hmm. So how could the blockchain disappear? Why would it disappear?
It wouldn't. Web3 technology is not going anywhere. I mean, we call it the blockchain. We call it.
I can't see that.
Oh, this one. They said H2 hydrogen, oil industry. I was thinking electric companies like Tesla, but no, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Just any type of innovative technology, right? And again, I don't.
What would replace the blockchain though?
Nothing. I mean, technological innovation.
Sorry, I asked. It was a hard question. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just trying to think of how it could be. It wouldn't, because so many companies are building on. IBM partnered with Solana. Like so many people.
It was IBM, the one that was falling out. That was the one I was thinking. I was like, Grandpa's still around. Yeah. IBM's still around.
Right?
No way.
It just the speed and efficiency and transparency which blockchain offers, that's not going anywhere. And in VC, remember I talked about Mondelez starting to use it for supply chain management. And for those of you that don't know Mondelez, they own like Nabisco or Nestle, things like that, right? And so you're like, how would a food company use blockchain? And it's all about supply chain management for their wheat, and kind of like
feed chain, right? Kind of like
a chain of custody for, we're going to call this organic, so let's make sure that it came from a farm that's ethically sourced, that that we agree, that everybody agrees is a good, source. And it's chain of custody of what farm did that particular wheat grow on, and that it was distributed, correctly, that it made it to where it wasn't tainted in any way, right? And so they're using blockchain for supply chain management. And so because you have all of these really big brands investing in Web3 and blockchain, it's not going anywhere. It's just a new technology. It's just like the internet. It's just the internet coming out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just did that, yeah.
So it's the new data platform in this world. It's the new platform for tracking, controlling, sending data. That's it.
Would you agree? Because man, I was researching whenever I was in the stock market. I was like, there's got to be, data is king. Blockchain's data, everything's data now. Your TVs, your phones, everything's data. So if you get in on something like a stock or something with data, I think it's a good one to look at. Not financial advice, but good to check out too. But do you think that's what it is? Because I like deep wave like that sort of like quantum, like nothing can change this anymore. Like it's done. Like
Yeah.
we're in the blockchain. We're here.
No, I think everything's starting to integrate with it. I just, the more you research, the more you find that every industry is integrating with the blockchain in some capacity, right? And it's so I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just control. It's who controls the world, right? Of it all.
That's like BlackRock, right?
Governments, banks, financial institutions. I mean, you think about who controls the world now and who controls everything. And we're not going to want to give up control of something as big as the internet, you know? So, you know, but people will always, I think the world's getting decentralized enough where technology innovators and companies like AWS, right? Amazon, they started controlling stuff, right? So if you get big enough technology partners involved that are like, you guys are stupid, this is the best technology in the face of the earth, we're going to start using it. Who can say no to Amazon or Microsoft? So,
oh man, that's wild. So how would a meme token, how can a meme coin get involved in any of this? This is big time. We're talking about all this stuff that you brought up. Like, how could all get involved in this?
So one, they partnered with Chainlink in some capacity, right? We know that they were there at SmartCon. We know that we use some of their products for our minting and our NFTs. I don't know what else Voltoshi has in store for the Chainlink partnership, right? So that's that's starting to get into a mind of a genius, and I don't know if I want to do that, right? But because we're already working with them, and because that numbered, you know, all the icons, the clues talked about number 5 was our partnership with Chainlink which is a bridge to financial institutions, right? You had the bank and the money, right? So that's Chainlink leads us to a connection to financial institutions. And then right underneath that was the Swift icon with what I think is financial payments, cross-border payments.
I'm going to pull it out. Yeah. I'm going to pull that out so they see what you're talking about. Hell yeah. Oh, I think you're so right. Oh my God, you're a genius. Geniuses. What do you mean? You're a genius.
So Volt is going to be up there because, you know, we're going to be in the top 3. So I know Vitoshi will pull something out of his hat.
Now, it would be really cool if Volt was ISO compliant, because that means we could get in the drop down list of such platforms as MasterCard, right? Yeah, so that's what, you know, Chainlink connected to banks, and then underneath it, Swift icon to financial payments, cross-border payments, the flight of money, right? What's the flight of money? It's payments. It's money being transferred back and forth. So,
you know, Ladybug, right? April, we're just like, yeah, you put it there. It's right here.
You just got to do some research and know about 20 languages.
Well, I mean, I remembered this. I mean, he dropped it how long ago, and I was like, it always was in the back of my head. And then Space Chick, you had talked about it at some point not that long ago, and then I found the article that I sent you the other day, which was you know, how does ISO 20022 interact with crypto? and I was like, oh, you know, like the light bulb went off. I was like, oh my God, that would be genius. Now my immediate theory was, oh, Volt's going to be ISO 2002 compliant. But then I started thinking about like, ooh, does that mean we have to send customer information back and forth? And do we want to get into that space to be regulated and exchange customer data? I don't know if it would be cool if we got ISO, you know, if we were ISO compliant, but at the same time, do we want to be in that space? Because that defeats the purpose of DeFi, right?
I think later on, maybe not right now. Once we've gotten up to like, you know, Bitcoin, that type of status, then yeah, because then we would be it would just be a given. To me, I feel like because a lot of stuff is going to change anyway. with Bitcoin being a commodity and all that different other stuff. So it's going to change pretty rapidly right in front of our eyes. So.
Yeah. In any capacity that Volt can get connected to payments, cross-border payments, in some that's going to be huge for us. So I probably baby steps in this sense, but I mean, read between the lines here between 5 and 6. So
I know, right? That's why I try to put it right there so everybody can see it right above us.
She's
see that? I'm trying to so everybody can see this.
What's so messed up? Well, not messed up, but the fact that this has been out since 2004. The Swift been here since 2004, or what happened in 2004? Because you said something about 2004.
Oh no, ISO 20022 has been around since about 2004.
Okay.
So it's nothing new. Optimum. Ethereum is ISO compliant. So let me find the list of ISO compliant cryptos here. You have you have Ripple, Stellar Lumens, something called XFIN, XDC, IOTA, Algo, Algorand, HBAR, which is Hedera Hashgraph. Oh, you're right.
None of the top ones.
No, I thought you're right, Optimum. I thought Bitcoin and Ethereum were ISO compliant. Cardano is ADA and QNT.
Of course, Cardano.
Right.
Wow. All right. You're right.
Charles is smart.
Charles been doing this for a long time. I've been watching Charles for a few years.
I mean, people laugh at Cardano holders, but you can't be hating on them, obviously, y'all. Look at that.
I know, you know.
I'm gonna add some more Cardano to my bag, a little bit more. That's nice. That's nice to know that.
Let me see here. Ethereum.
Damn. I'm gonna switch back, y'all. Y'all got a good look at that emoji.
I think it will be Kira. I just think it's just them working out new stuff. Like you said, I think they will. Eventually.
Probably. I mean, again, but
right.
My theory around Ethereum, it's tied to so many large players that involved with the digital dollar. I'm wondering if it's waiting for something else based off of the digital dollar. There's like this whole, that's my conspiracy theory of the day. There's this whole network around the digital dollar and JP Morgan and Ripple and Ethereum. So
you look at the USDT, the USDC, and all that's going on around that. So, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
A lot of stuff shaking up right now. They're shaking a lot of stuff up in this space, boy.
It is like, okay, but people can say they don't. Rusty, you say you don't think, right? I respect you, Rusty. I'm not, arguing with you, but I don't see why we couldn't be a part of it because, I mean, anything's possible. We made the first deflationary decentralized exchange. Like, that shook up this space. Nobody even knew you could do that, really. And if they did, they didn't do it. So
we might not get on the compliant bandwagon, but if we're partnering with Chainlink could be the data translator.
Right.
And that's, remember back to my job where we're talking about Merrill Lynch, BlackRock, people like that did not want to get on the Swift network. They didn't want to do the data translation for data that pumped out of their system to the Swift network. So Chainlink could be the data translator in that sense, and anybody can connect to them, and Chainlink would translate for them. It could be something like that where they just do something that translates us to to be able to send data over an API to Swift that will allow, it could be anything. We may not fall into,
Look at it too, Kira. Here, institutions.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at it like this. We're talking about it right now. We know this is far, this is, it's not, we know that we're in the DeFi space. That's where we're at. But, with the level, each level that we go up, I mean, we're going to have to make different adjustments,
Yeah.
So when we get to the top 3 or top 10, we'll have to make different adjustments to where we're at, you know, and what's going on. So
perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect.
I mean, all of this is speculation,
right?
Right. But I'm giving you the background of Swift. I'm giving you the background of ISO 20022, of all of the things like that, and then showing you Voltoshi's icons, right? So everybody, you know, everybody formulate your own opinion, but that could be, you know, getting ISO 20022 compliant is like the big, you know, that's like the way end of the roadmap type thing.
Right.
But baby steps. We don't know how baby steps we're going to attach to.
You got to look at it. We're saying we're going to be the top 3. We're going to have to be out in places we don't want to be, you know, once we get up there.
I'm putting it up again. Hold on. I'm putting it up. You know, I love this damn emoji roadmap. I've been looking at this all summer. If y'all been following, y'all know.
Yes.
We've been taking this apart.
Volti Islands, and we with VOLTICHANGE and all the stuff that's going on, guys. I mean, we're just barely touching the bottom.
You know, this could be roadmap version 582, right? We're on 5. You know, we have no idea, right? We're just spinning on what's available right now and what the market is, how the market's reacting to crypto, what they're doing to integrate with it, and how
it's huge.
Waves. There's 3 waves. I still haven't understood that one. What if the first wave was the DEX, like VOLTICHANGE, and then the second wave will be something? Who knows?
I'm like, what'd you say? Where the waves at? I'm
11.
Okay.
Pineapple money coffee.
What's okay?
You know,
no,
like,
never
there's
mind.
like so many things in here. Then
but he's got 3, and then he's got that.
This. He wanted to mess us up for months.
Interesting.
I know, right?
That's a cricket. 4 is cricket. No.
Damn.
Do we have most of these solved?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. We got those exchanges. We got on 30 plus over the summer. Wrapped buses and marketing, you know, out of like everything's vaulted. And then what was that? Our cricket sponsorship meeting?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting somewhere with this. We're scratching the surface. Elon Goat token, the metaverse or NFTs, right? Number 7. And then number 9, I guess being able to pay with stuff. I don't know what this pineapple is. Y'all know. I get it, but I don't get it.
I thought pineapples were like people who were Jeeps or whatever. So,
but he has pineapples like through here. That's the only. So
the beach and the money. What is that? Being able to transfer money like somewhere else.
You could be sitting on a beach and transferring money. I don't know. You know.
Well, CoinSpot. I really hope we get on CoinSpot. Y'all are going to be hearing me talk about it. Y'all are going to be like, Space Chick, shut up. No, CoinSpot is where it's at. I'm telling you. Let's get on CoinSpot and let's watch that chart go up. Then we have our MMA guys, and then our soccer and the Burns.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got pretty much all of them.
And maybe 6 isn't Swift. Maybe it's just global payments, right? Maybe it's not Swift, but global payments is still big. To be able to do cross-border global payments, you still need to integrate with something. Because, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just the Swift logo. I don't know. I mean, that is the Swift logo.
He knew what he was doing.
I am not Voltoshi. I will not create credit for that.
I think Kira's. I mean, come on now. You might be. We said, man, Kira, if you are, that'd be so freaking dope.
I would love it if Voltoshi ended up being a woman, but that's because I'm
too.
But
yeah.
I think not. I don't think
so either. But what if it's a team? What if it's him and his wife?
Well, I'm just saying.
Definitely a team.
Every strong man is a strong woman. So I don't care if Voltoshi's a man. I'm going to give his wife so many props.
Yes.
That is real.
Yeah. And they have kids, right?
Yeah.
So, shows, and that's a good woman behind him. I mean, he does.
And you know what? You never know how smart she is. She could be really smart too, throwing him.
I think she probably is, or he wouldn't be with her.
Off of him, right?
Right? She's like, I ain't going anywhere.
So who knows how much we have
Right.
credit for her, you know?
Everybody knows it's Crypto Chick or Kira now. Now we're stuck between the two. That's funny, y'all. It could be Ladybug down there. We have no idea.
Nope, not me. Mm-mm.
Man, that was a really good jam-packed space cabin today, ladies, with this info. I think we gave a lot of people a lot of info, and if y'all have any questions, please ask Kira. She's here right now. Please ask.
I just kind of ranted a bit there, so if something didn't make sense, let me know.
No, you didn't rant. You explained things so well. No, don't think that. No,
you did good.
Yeah, I did amazing. I was like, I can't talk about any of this because I don't know. I literally was stuck. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I was like, I don't even want to talk about that. I'll let Kira explain that to her. Maybe Volt is going for a payment card. I hear Shiba will have their own debit. Yeah, we're told we were going to have one. And we do have
We didn't win that one thing. We didn't win.
OKC. I know we have a debit card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorts in the future. So maybe Volt will do something like that. Yeah, we have one of those already. So maybe we'll probably get another one.
I thought we was getting a custom one, Space Chick. You didn't see that?
No.
That's why I didn't mean to interrupt you. But yeah, I thought we were supposed to be. It was a thing that was out a couple of weeks ago, maybe.
Oh damn! See,
there's so about we could get our own. Oh, is it FCF? Was it FCP? What is that?
PF.
They dropped it. Yeah. So I wonder where we're at with that. Now that you said that, I'm gonna have to go research and see what happened, because it was something going on where if you won, you got your own personalized card made. Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool. What's up, Crypto Tony? Okay. Let me see here. Y'all have any questions? No questions? Like literally any question. It's not a dumb question because it's tech and it's technical.
Right. It's not like some of them might
know a lot of languages, right? April,
yeah.
Like what the hell?
But that's the language of the web, communicating with a whole bunch of different languages. Just like in regular world, we got a bunch of people with different languages have to communicate.
I like this. Y'all like the chain link? I love the chain link website. Wow. The website's so cool because it tells you so much, y'all. If y'all want to research, and these up here, these tabs, products and use cases, I love it.
That's why I don't think they're going nowhere no time soon. Somebody to come up and try to compete with them, it's going to take a lot because they've got a lot of partnerships and sponsors and stuff. So
yeah, they were the first. When you're kind of first on the scene and then you really develop it out. Then here, let me I'm going to paste in the private chat here something.
Yeah,
I think this picture. If you scroll down to the first kind of diagram, it kind of shows like how Chainlink would interact with the world.
Nice.
And I think some of you may have seen this diagram already. It's kind of the yellow one.
The yellow one. Okay.
Of course, there's like ads everywhere. Sorry. No, keep scrolling.
Space Chick, you're muted. You're muted, Space Chick.
There you go.
Damn it. See?
You was talking.
I was like, I gotta move it and everything. Oh wow.
So essentially this kind of shows, this is a very simplistic view of where Chainlink would sit, right? And so, you get bank payments up top, like Swift and Citibank payments and Chase and, any type of payments, bank payment. And then you got retail payments, which is PayPal, Visa, MasterCard. And so Chainlink would sit kind of in the middle and connect these companies to the blockchain, such as Ethereum and Bitcoin and Hyperledger. You could also connect blockchains to blockchains, do different types of Salesforce and SAP. If anybody works in the corporate world, Salesforce and SAP are basically the two big monsters that sit behind a lot of data. So Salesforce is for customer data, lead data, any type of, your Salesforce and your sales team, right? They use it to enter all of your sales information. And SAP is a large kind of database and data. You can manipulate data. You can store all your company data in there and pretty much do anything with it. You can show it in table form. You can show it in UI form. It's just a behind the scenes data repository and data manipulation and aggregator, right? I can't even tell you how many companies use one or both of those.
Oh, wow.
And so to be able to connect it to the blockchain, that's huge. And then that's where the events data, right? If you go to the, you have, I don't know, transportation, you have weather, satellite, login data, right? If you need certain users to be able to log into a system, but you keep all of your user information for identity and access management off chain, you can connect it to where you can connect it to the blockchain. So it's just any type of off chain data you can connect through Chainlink to the blockchain.
Okay. So let's see. What about, and then the APIs, you said all web APIs.
API, an API is just a program interface, application programming interface that allows two technologies to talk to each other. That's it. So,
okay, that sounds really complicated. That right there. Wait, can you repeat that one more time? Honestly, API.
It's a programming interface that just sits in the middle of two technology platforms. Again, this is like, think about one piece of technology speaks French and another speaks English. They're not connected in any way. There's no connection. There's no whatever. They have different data that you need, right? One person may need data from the other, but it doesn't talk to the other, right? They're isolated. They're a container, they're in their own little environment in their containers, and they don't have any way to talk to each other. An API is just a connection between the two that allows data to be sent back and forth through requests.
Okay. All right.
Like a cell phone communication, cell. Let me call you now.
Yeah, I mean, you connect. Yeah. I mean, it's just and it's just a piece of code that sits in the middle. That just think of like this. There's a piece of code right here that sits out somewhere that you can connect to, and this you have to program it into your coding. But it just basically, this technology will make a call to this code, which will then call this technology, and then you can talk to each other like a phone call, essentially.
It's pretty cool. I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
Communication.
Yep, it is just middleman to data. But that's Chainlink has already done a lot of its development that people can use. I don't know anybody out there who has this much development to allow data to be communicated effectively and quickly and efficiently.
They put all the top businesses on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they are untouchable right now. You have people like BitBoy, Matt Kors, you have Meet Kevin. Chainlink already has a name out there. The name, like people already know Chainlink. or a lot of people know Chainlink.
Mhm.
I think yeah, y'all are right.
Well,
That's crazy.
I think it's pretty big. I see Elon's got his hands all in everything.
Elon does. Elon. Some days I like him. Some days I'm like, what the hell? Elon, go back to making that rocket. Please go back to making that rocket. Stop it. Get off of Twitter. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Before he got there, it was like, yes, Elon's gonna buy Twitter. Yes, this is gonna be this. It's gonna be that. Now it's like, Elon, go sit down.
It's like we don't want you at the sleepover anymore. You got to go home.
Yeah.
Bought it. Great. Now let's see.
Yeah, that is so funny. Damn, Kira. Thank you so much for coming in. We hit our hour. I don't want to keep y'all ladies any longer, but damn, y'all, give it up for Kira. Give it up for Ladybug. Let's go. These ladies came in here.
Kira bullish. Kira bullish.
Bullish.
Go.
1,000%. Super smart. Ask her. As y'all see, she's very easy to talk to. So don't be scared. And on Ladies Night, you're always at Ladies Night.
Yeah, I try to be.
She always does that. I try to be. She missed like 2 and then she's having a moment. It's okay. She's there.
You never know with kids, but yeah, I try to be.
Yeah, you're great. I love both of y'all. I have like the utmost respect for you ladies. I am so honored to be able to learn from y'all and grow with y'all, and y'all help me grow every single day, honestly. So I just want to tell y'all thank you so much for coming in. And yeah, I love y'all.
Thank you for having me on your channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Always have a seat. Always have a seat. It doesn't even have to be Volt. Y'all just pop in, just say I want to come in. Okay. I love y'all so much. But yeah, y'all, if y'all have any questions, let us know. I'll be back on later today. I'm going to be talking to Crypto Dog Society. They're supporters of the Volta Dragon Sailors Club. There was like 3 of them who picked some up. So yeah, they're a really cool community, y'all. So I just wanted to let y'all know about that. They support,
What time is that?
us and ours. That's going to be 6 p.m. Central Time. So, but yeah, go check that out if y'all can. If you can't, go back and see what they're about. But yeah, they are supporters of our NFTs. They've listened to me and they come to the show every time I talk about them. They don't leave. So that's good. That's good. But all right, y'all, I love you. I hope everybody has a great day and I will talk to y'all later.
All right. Stay voted.
All right. Stay voted.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tonight with that NFT Crypto Dog Society live stream. All right. Bye-bye.